Alright folks, it's Nightmare once again, Twisted Nightmare Gaming, and we're back with Chris. He's going to do another Transformers deck profile / theory that he's been coming up with. So, yet again, I'm going to let him take it away.
Alright guys, as you'll see, I got Raider Flamefeather, RC, and Private Lionizer. This is just something I've been coming up with based off of everybody's Grimlock RC Rust, and now everybody's Grimlock RC Private Lionizer. I thought, well, instead of having all that extra damage, let's open up a star. Let's focus on just, okay, you got a guy who's sitting over here and he flips once, and for every orange he can get up to 5 defense extra. So you can sit over here in this mode and never leave and get 6 defense on a regular without a problem. It's absolutely insane. So taking him out is really hard. And then that just leaves Lionizer just waiting to become a weapon to go on to RC or even Flamefeather. And he just, RC bounces back and forth. I am absolutely in love with this. RC going into this mode, Pierce for everything you flip, for all of her attacks. Just supercharge her, you bold her, you just go nuts with her and just ramp her up as fast as you can. You can roll out, or however you decide to play it, right back into repair 1 damage to each of your characters, healing everybody. Not really concerned about him, but healing him is always nice because he's there to soak up that damage. Granted, Grimlock gives you that whole faction of Autobots, so you lose that. You lose the ability to play Confidence. Oh well. I am actually intrigued by this. It throws people off. They have trouble getting through Flamefeather sometimes, which is what I noticed with my Firecon build. I have not built this yet, but I did notice that Flamefeather seems to always be the last because he's so hard to get through with that added defense. So I don't have the spillover, but I do have the problem of you getting through his defense. So with all that said, let's go over to the battle cards. To start, we'll start with the white pips again. I got Quartermaster. Quartermaster, just like in the last video, move an upgrade from your characters to another one of your bots. Good option, but it's mainly here for the put a Battlemaster upgrade from your KO area onto one of your characters. Now that in and of itself is absolutely amazing because somebody can turn around and vaporize your RS Fire Steel Saber off the field. They could vaporize it off the field. They could ramming speed it off the field. So being able to put it back onto a character and them having to do all that over again is absolutely a must. Could be a 3 of. I only run it as a 2 of. Next, we have 2 Leap of Faith. Another white pip action. Scrap the top card of your deck. You may play that card. Then scrap another card from the top of your deck. You may play that card. These are 2 of the star cards that are in this deck, coming from the fact that we only have 5, 10, 15, 20 stars. Total of 5 open stars in this one as well, just like in the last one. Tend to like these lighter builds. So that's why those in there. Now we go to 2 force field. Only 2, no, not 3. 3's a little heavy, a bit much. I could even go down to 1 force field. But putting it on Flamefeather or RC, really good. The upgraded character can't take more than 4 damage. Basically saying, if it was to take 5 or more, it only takes 4, and you scrap this card. Next is Security Console. White pip, it's an upgrade utility. Only 2 of. When the upgraded character defends, draw a card, then plan 1. You can plan, but you don't really need to. It's more there for a draw engine, because you're going to defend more often than not. You wouldn't ever put it on Lionizer. It'd always go here or here. If you can get on both of them, even more awesome, because that's going to be their target. Nobody wants to go here. Nobody wants to go here. RC is always going to be everybody's target. Always want to try and keep RC as safe as possible. Now we're going to flip back into the modes. We're probably going to be keeping them in throughout most of the game, which would be that, just so you can see. Next, we have 1 copy of Bashing Shield. We have entered into our oranges. Bashing Shield, when you put this on a character, scrapping enemy armor. Really good for getting rid of force fields and things like that. And it's an orange pip and a green pip, so it gets you that card up into your hand if you need it real quick, and it gives you that +1 defense. Next, we have 1 copy of multi-mission gear, and there's only 1 copy because we only have 1 single specialist, and that is Arcee. So if you do get lucky, she gets that +1. It is an armor, so it can get bashing shielded away and so on. But when you put it on a specialist, you may play an action. So it's basically an upgrade that gives you an option to play two actions in a turn, which is very good if you got 2 supercharge, 1 supercharge and 1 ramming speed. I mean, something to get rid of another card. But really awesome. Next, we have our first set of double oranges. It's an upgraded armor. It gives you tough 1. It's called Improvised Shield. Just like in most aggro decks, it's not so much there for the tough. It's really there for the double orange. Next, we have 1 copy of Mounted Missiles. It's another double orange. It's an upgraded weapon. Gives you +2 attack. And it can go into an armor or utility slot. Leaving your weapon slot open for a grenade launcher or whatever else it might be. It is also another one of our star cards. Next, we have 3 copies of Grenade Launcher. Grenade Launcher is an orange pip. After the upgraded character attacks, scrap this card, +4 attack. Like I said, really, really good in conjunction with other cards. Very, very aggro. Now we have 2 Flamethrower. Flamethrower is an orange pip. It's an upgraded weapon, gives you bold 2. So yeah, it's not as good as Grenade Launcher or Supercharge or certain other cards, but it's a definite bold 2 and you don't have to get rid of it. Now we have 2 copies of Power Punch. Another orange pip, upgraded weapon, gives you bold 3, but after the character attacks you have to scrap this card. It's pretty interesting, but next, we have 2 copies of Erratic Energy Grenade. At the start of your turn, do 1 damage to the upgraded character. When the upgraded character is KO'd, do 2 damage to each enemy. It's an upgraded utility, so stuff like Bashing Shield can't get rid of it. It has to be a ramming speed, has to be a vaporize. Now, Erratic Energy Grenade is a black pip. It's probably kind of hard to see. They're working on figuring out how to best make it more visible. But that's just a pierce. For every time you flip it during your battle and you're attacking, that's a guaranteed 1 going through. But it's really here for this. That way you can take out Lionizer. If somebody's trying to avoid it, you put it on Lionizer, he'll just keep taking damage, then you do 2 damage to each enemy once he becomes a weapon. It's really, really good. Next, we have 3 copies of Peace Through Tyranny. Peace Through Tyranny is a double orange pip action. You may KO one of your characters. Once again, just like in any other build, whenever you see Battle Masters involved, chances are it's to KO him, and so he can get up onto one of your other guys and become a weapon. Or for the orange pip. But if you use it for the text, it is there so you can also take another turn after you KO that character that has 6 stars or more. That gives you 2 turns, meaning you get to take an entire other turn, drawing, playing another action, playing another upgrade, and usually giving you a big leap forward in the game. Sometimes it can be detrimental and hurt, but if you play it right, it's a star card. Not really a star card, but it is a definite must-have in aggro decks. Next, we have 3 copies of Supercharged and Orange Pip action, giving us bold 3. It's really nice to be able to have, say, Fire Steel Saber already having bold 4 on Arcee, then you play a Supercharge, or say you are able to play, there's say you're able to play 2 of them, you'd have bold 6. I mean, there's all sorts of different avenues you could take, but then I'd be bold 6 plus bold 4 is bold 10. Just absolutely insane. Just, yeah, that's 10 attack. Even if you only flip 10 orange, that is 10 plus 1, that's 11 damage absolutely going through. That's gonna knock out most characters. It's absolutely insane. Supercharge, really, really good action. Rock Toss was what we have 2 of. It is an orange black pip. It just says do 1 damage to a tapped enemy. It's kind of situational, but it's really good because it's just, hey, that guy has to take a free damage. And I've knocked a couple characters out with this already, playing with other decks with it. It's a really good card, especially with that guaranteed pierce when battling. Next is 2 copies of New Designs. Orange Pip action. You may play an upgrade. Really good with aggro decks, allowing you to play multiple upgrades in a turn. So it just speeds up and powers up and ramps up all about aggro. Now we have 2 copies of Treasure Hunt, letting us scrap the top 4 cards of our deck and putting all upgrades scrapped this way into our hand. Now, because this is, I tried to be more action, or not action heavy, but upgrade heavy with this because of Flame Feather. We are not so much defending, we're more defensive with him. We're not being able to roll through with as much damage, so being able to get all that extra stuff in our hands and thinning the deck out is really, really good. So that's why that's in there. Also that orange pip. Next we have 1 copy of Repair Bay. Repair 1 damage from each of our characters. These last 2 guys in, we want to keep repairing them, It's only 1 copy, but I haven't had a problem getting it in other games yet, so hopefully I won't have an issue with this build either. Next we have 1 copy of Incoming Transmission, another orange action. Draw 2 cards, then put a card from your hand on top of your deck. I really should put more of these in here, but I haven't fully. I've got different ideas, and I wanted to try a couple different ways. So we're trying this one first with this, and I'll probably end up going to 3 of. But putting that card on top of your deck to start the game as 2 of, or during an attack, is really amazing. So you put a double orange pip down at all times, always. Next is Press the Advantage. Gives us +2 attack to one of our Autobots and a -2 to an enemy Decepticon character. That is really good. We do have 2 of them, so even in a situation where you use it on Lionizer. It also is a green action too, so able to pick it up during battle flips. Really good. And then last, we have a copy of I Still Function and a copy of Ready for Action.
I'm sorry, that name is hilarious.
I Still Function?
Yes.
Look at the art on. I love the art on that though. He's coming out the dirt. He's like, I still function. You can't kill me.
Continue.
But they're both no pips. They're the only no pips in the deck. Ready for Action says untap one of your characters has 10 stars or fewer. Well, guess what? Every single character in here has 10 stars or fewer. So having that come to your hand is really, really good. It can save RC. It can save any. I mean, you're not really concerned about saving liners. You could really save one of these 2 guys. I Still Function. Return one of your KO characters that has 12 stars or fewer to the battlefield. All of them, once again, have that. Repair 1 damage from it. And at the end of the turn, KO it. That's really good. Bring back RC or Flame Feather. You can't bring back Lionizer because if it's in the KO area, it is in the KO area like this. You cannot bring it back. It's in the KO area and it is like this. You cannot bring it back like through an I Still Function. It would not work. That is why the Quartermasters were in there, spoken at the beginning of the game. These guys will have to work for him, and this will work for these 2 guys. Now, it is dangerous running these no pip cards sometimes, but as a 2 of, and I've seen a lot of them work, I don't tend to veer towards them. I try to stay a little safer, but I'm trying to get away from my comfort zone with my defensive burn decks and venture out into this wonderful world of aggro. So we'll see how it goes. All right, well, with that, I'm going to hand it back over to, excuse me, oh.
Got my name already, boy.
Yeah, I was about to call you Nightmare Shadow, but that is something completely different.
The part that makes it funny that is also another combination of my partner's name and mine too, because his nickname is Twisted Shadow and I'm Nightmare. So
yeah, well, Nightmare Shadow is actually my son's PlayStation 4 username. That's
my original PS4 was Vampire Kingdom. So
so that's where that Nightmare. I was like, hold on, nope, that ain't it.
You were close though. I mean,
close.
You just said Nightmare. You were right on there.
I know, but I was like, hold on, it's not Shadow. Why am I like? I had to stop myself. That's all it was.
But yeah, folks, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Let us know what you thought. We will, like I said before, we will be doing a lot more Transformer stuff on the channel. And just a quick surprise, I kind of told Chris this before he started shooting this video. I am going to be getting into Transformers also. So I am going to be sitting down and talking to him, brainstorming with him on what deck I should play. But this has been Nightmare, Twisted Nightmare Gaming.